Today on LC News, students had the opportunity to witness a solar eclipse for the first time in 100 years.
Students were also very excited as they started their school year off with their very own Chromebooks.
And also, the Bulldog Nation has high hopes as we enter this fall sports season. My name's Caden Ratliff.
And I'm Jacob Blaney.
And this is LC News. On August 21st, Lawrence County was in the path of the first solar eclipse to pass through North America in the last 100 years. Here's Carrie Jo with the full story.
A solar eclipse was visible over the United States this past month. Mr. Brown explained what exactly caused this event and its significance.
A solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes in between the sun and the earth. And it doesn't happen every month. Because the moon is not always between the earth and sun. It is sometimes above or below the plane between them. This is the first one that has occurred in the United States, a total eclipse from coast to coast since 1918, and the first total eclipse visible in Kentucky since 1978. And even though it's been over or about 40 years, the next one actually occurs in 7 more. This eclipse will be best viewed for about a path of 70 miles from Oregon to South Carolina, and Kentucky falls into the path of totality. That's the place that you can see all of the sun blocked, and that is because it is in the full shadow of the moon, called the umbra. We here in Lawrence County are in the partial shadow from the moon, called the penumbra, and we will still be seeing about a 92% eclipse here, which means that we will only see about 8% of the sun, with the rest blocked out by the moon.
LCHS student KARLI Beck was able to travel to Hopkinsville, Kentucky to see the full eclipse.
You just heard all the insects getting quieter, and you saw that it was getting slightly darker, and you felt it getting a little cooler because it was like 90 degrees that day. And then like from the 90% to the 100 totality, like there's not even a comparison, because in like 30 seconds it went from still pretty bright out to really almost dark. I mean, it was sunset and the dark side of sunset. So, and then it was so much cooler, and it was just really cool to see, and there was like a glow around the moon. I expected like not near as much as what I actually saw. I didn't expect to be that amazed by it. Like I expected it to be really cool, but not that amazed by it.
This was a very rare occurrence, and we hope that everybody gets the opportunity to witness it again someday. Class elections have come and gone in the past weeks at LCHS. Here's Jason O'Daniel with the full story.
We interviewed nearly a dozen students and asked them why we should vote for them in the election. Here's what they had to say.
Why should you vote for me? Well, first of all, I'm not a dictator, right? I'm going to be the president. I'm not here to make decisions. I'm not here to call the shots. I'm here to help you make decisions. I'm here to help you call the shots. I want it to be a vote.
I've got the experience, I've got the willpower, and I've never given up yet, so I hope that's good enough reason. I love this class more than anyone else in it.
Because I've always wanted to do stuff like this. I've never really had the chance. It looks like it'd be fun, and I've always been the person that sits in the back. Now I kind of want to be the person that sits in the front. So,
because I've had experience in livestock club and horse club, being an officer and seeing what the club needs to succeed in its goals.
I have been secretary for 2 years, and this will be my 3rd, and I am looking for a 4th year.
I'm running for the class of 2018's vice president because I have a lot of dedication to this class, and it'll be my 4th year running, and if I win, it'll be my 4th year being vice president, and I think I just deserve it for all the hard work and time I've put into this class.
You should vote for me for class vice president because I think I can bring an element of positivity and organization to our grade. that is really needed.
I'm running because I want to be able to say that I have held office of treasurer all 4 years of my high school career.
I'm running for class president because I was president sophomore year and I loved it. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that people don't see other than homecoming and powder puff, and I just want to lead the class of 2018 for a win for both of those things and do everything that I need to do for our class.
After the election, we managed to contact Zach FISSLER and we asked him what his plans were as class president.
I'm Zachary FISSLER. I'm a senior. I ran for the class president. I chose to run for class president to, like I said before, bring out the potential of all my teammates, I guess you could say, in homecoming, and hopefully bring another title to the seniors. I figure if Miss Moore will talk to me about it, we'll hopefully get a homecoming dance this year. I hear the teachers are doing their own thing. That's great. I talked about that last year. I don't know if I helped with that, but yeah, those are my plans, I guess.
We here at LC News would like to congratulate all of the newly elected class officers. This week on Teacher Spotlight, we focus on a new face at LC.
I'm Aaron Wellman, Mr. Wellman. Teach junior English, English 3 and AP Language and Composition here. I've been teaching 6 years, all of them over in Wayne County, 5 years at Fort Gay. That's my first year in Lawrence County. Originally I went to school to become an engineer, and I realized as I was in school working to become an engineer that I don't like engineering at all. So I talked with my girlfriend at the time, she's now my wife. We were debating on different things that I could do, and it's actually her idea to look into teaching. And that was something, working with kids is always something I enjoy because at the time I was coaching football. I graduated from Tulsa High School, so I'm from this area, I've been living in this area all my life. I went to Marshall. Like I said, I started off as an engineering student, but I graduated with bachelor's degrees in both English literature and English education, 5 through 12. And I'm currently working on my master's degree in educational leadership, and eventually I plan to get my principal's license. But the kids have been great so far, the staff has been really helpful. I'm really enjoying it. Make sure to bring your best effort every day. I'm not the most organized person, but I am going to push you the best I can. I have high expectations for all my students, but I'm also there to help you with any of that. So as long as you're putting forth some effort, I'll be there to help you all the way. If the effort's not there, you may not get as much help from me because I believe that you have to help yourself first. So what I need from my students are people that are going to push themselves even just a little bit to succeed, and I'll try to pull you the rest of the way the best I can.
We here at LC News would like to wish Mr. Wellman good luck with his first year at LCHS. Recently in world news, many cities have been removing Confederate monuments. We decided to ask students for their thoughts on this.
Honestly, I think it's completely ignorant. You know, they need to let the statue stand. You know, it's part of history and pride around here.
I don't think that they should take down the statue because I do think that it represents a part of our history.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, it's a little bit racist to have them there.
I feel like Confederate statues are part of history, that they could be used to be put in a museum situation instead of displayed in a public place.
We also asked these students for their thoughts on the recent conflict between the United States and North Korea.
I think that it's scary and it's threatening, but I think our president will get us through it and take care of it.
I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. We should just chill out. Trump, you know, if he never said anything, would have been fine.
Currently, I believe that North Korea should be, I think we should just kind of, in this situation, we should go ahead and bomb them. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. President Trump's made that known. North Korea seems to not want to hold back, and you know, they keep continuing with their threats of nuclear war. I mean, it's not like we don't have nuclear bombs, so we can use them.
Basically, I feel like nuclear war is not an option. War is not winnable on any level. All that happens, a lot of people could lose their lives.
Well, let me tell you, that's really scary, and I think that Trump is making it worse with his rhetoric, in a bad way, commands.
World News is a new segment here on LC News, and we would like to thank all the students who voiced their opinions. Students had the opportunity to start off the school year with their very own Chromebooks. These Chromebooks have brought along many challenges as well as benefits. Here's David Sloan with the full story.
This year, Lawrence County High School implemented Chromebooks into their daily routine. We asked the staff and students what they thought about this new addition.
Almost all the Chromebooks are out. We're down to less than a couple dozen that still need to be given out to kids. We're just waiting on the true forms to be turned in. Well, we're using them for instruction. The library just got a $20,000 grant that will allow us to buy e-books so students can read books on them. Teachers will be able to do classroom sets of novels for classroom instruction, and we're just integrating them into our curriculum and moving right on.
Chromebooks are really efficient because teachers can get a lot of work out to students quickly. Like if it's notes, they can type up notes and send them out to all their students all at once instead of having to print out a bunch of copies and send students out to go print copies.
So far I love them. I've been able to use them every day in class, and I think I've only been to the copier twice, but the students seem very engaged, and one of the best parts is that a lot of the things it grades it for you, so that's immediate feedback for the teacher and for the student. One of the biggest things is that even if the students don't have internet at home, they can still bring up whatever that we're working on in class as long as it's one of the Google, such as Google Forms or Google Docs. And if they bring it up at school, then they can take it home and they can still work on it. And when they come back to school the next day, it will upload for them. So they still have access to their work at home.
Now, several months into the school year, these Chromebooks have proven to be quite useful in the classroom. Recently, Coach Alan Short has started a new tradition at LCHS. Here's Sierra Jude with the full story.
A new tradition has started in LC football. Coach Short and Mr. Smith have brought together the band, football team, and cheerleaders to sing the fight song after every home game.
So that's what makes everything special, is when you take this many kids and put them all together on a Friday night, special things can happen.
We spoke to some of the students involved.
It means a lot to the school, I think. Coach Short has really worked on bringing back some school spirit, and getting together with the band and the cheerleaders to practice the fight song is, I think it's really going to make our football games a lot better.
I think it just does more to bring us together as a Bulldog family. It really does. I think for the football season, you're going to see a lot more morale, maybe hopefully a lot more people there at hometown football games every Friday night. That'd be pretty wonderful.
I think it'll just make it more fun when everybody just does it together. I know it gets the cheerleaders more excited, and hopefully just gives more encouragement to the football team and just bring us all together.
I think it went well. Obviously, the freshmen still have a little bit to learn. The sophomores picked it up a little bit. Juniors were okay, and the seniors were pretty good. But overall, I think the cheerleaders probably sung it the best. It builds on a positive school environment. You know, moving forward, you know, we're all Bulldogs, and it's just a great way to bond in our community and in our high school.
I hope that every time that people hear that roll-off, they know what's going to happen. You know, not only our student body and our teachers and our football players, but the community. That when they come out to the football game, they hear the roll-off and they hear the band kick that off, and it just kind of funny. I'm getting kind of chills thinking about it because I love the whole spirit of the football season and marching band season.
Here is footage of this new tradition from the first home game.
We hope this tradition that Coach Short has started remains throughout LC for a very long time. At long last, the fall sports season is finally kicked off. Here's Adriana with the full story.
Students have started fall sports around Lawrence County. From football to soccer to volleyball to golf and cross country. When we spoke to student athletes around the school, they all had confidence in this upcoming season.
I'm expecting a lot of good things from this season. We have a lot of strong players. We lost a few good seniors last year, but we got some new, good, upcoming players that are starting varsity this year, and they're really good.
I feel like we have improved and that we have younger classmen that'll help us a lot this year.
I feel pretty good about it. We've got a lot of new people joining the team this year, and I'm excited to see how they perform. This year is going to be exciting and fun and new.
Oh, most definitely. We are much better, much more improved, returning several starters this year.
I'm pretty excited. I think that we've started off better than we did last year, and we're definitely stronger than we were. Hopefully we'll make it to the state again.
We have some hoping to win big titles, like Hunter GOBLE, who is looking to go to state competition again.
Yeah, that's for sure. Our region is pretty strong this year, but I think with the effort I'm putting in, I'm gonna do pretty well.
We'll be much stronger, much faster, much more able to compete with the team up the river.
One sport has almost totally new players, and even a somewhat new coach.
I've always enjoyed running, something I did in high school and college as well.
So it's kind of a natural fit for me to do that. I always ran 4 years in high school, and like I said, and also ran in college.
I really like the new coach. I have a lot of prior experience with him because of basketball. I expect a lot of good things because he's taught us a lot, especially because of the basketball. I can relate with him, and he's keeping us conditioned, keeping us running.
Good luck to all the student athletes participating in sports this fall. I'm Caden Ratliff.
And I'm Jacob Laney. And thank you for watching this edition of LC News.